let me tell you something.
those commands of the Ten Commandments, every last one of them have been reiterated in the New Testament except for one. Which one has not been reiterated?
Okay, so when he says that, he's alluding to the commandment of the 7-day Sabbath. Now, I find this ideology, this theology, this false logic, it runs through the mindsets of individuals who stand up against the validity of God's law, stand up against the validity of the 7th-day Sabbath. And the logic is that since it was not that particular law was not repeated in the New Testament, then if it's not repeated, is invalid. Now, those that were repeated, valid. But then he turns around because there are laws that says don't have other gods before me. The law of mentioning not coveting isn't repeated. And so he's saying that we're not saying have other gods. We're not saying to bow down to idols. We're not, but those aren't mentioned. So it's like you have on one side of the scale, since it's not mentioned, it's not valid. But then the other laws that are not mentioned, it's like, well, those are still valid. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Now, here's one scripture that I would like to point out against that particular argument. The scripture is this. It's found in Job chapter 33, verse 14, and it says this: For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceives it not, perceiveth it not. What does that mean? God speaks once. Sometimes he speaks twice. But whether once or twice, it says man perceives it not. Man act like they don't understand. God speaks once. Sometimes he speaks twice. What they're seeing here is, since God didn't speak twice, he didn't repeat the remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy in the New Testament. He didn't repeat it. So to them, it's invalid. But the point is, according to Job, listening to the principle, the precept of Job chapter 33, verse 14, God only needs to speak once. Now, I put into Chat GPT a question. Regarding Job chapter 33, verse 14. Is that a reasonable, suitable text to use against this argument that since it wasn't repeated, that means that it was left out? That means that it's less important or it's invalid.